No one's talking about this when it comes to lupus, but it changes everything in the way your body can heal. I'm going to talk about some of the causes of lupus you probably haven't heard, and also my 7 natural tips for lupus. Okay, we know that lupus is an autoimmune condition, but what you may not have known is that this can be related to disrupted circadian rhythms, which of course is your connection with the light and dark cycle of the day. Our body's rhythms have a lot to do with what's going on internally, as that is in sync, hopefully, with our external environment. So light and dark, but also hot and cold, the seasons, this all changes the way that our body adapts to our environment. Now we know that with disrupted circadian rhythms is that this can cause increased inflammation in the body, and we know that with autoimmune conditions like lupus, there is definitely an overall inflammatory response that's happening. Now what the research has shown is that lupus patients often have weakened clock gene expression. So all of our organs in our body have these clock genes, and it's something that again is going to tie into what's going on with our environment. Now we can see in this study is that the circadian clock plays a crucial role in the progress of lupus. Now this study was looking at very specifics in terms of the clock genes and the SNPs, so if you've heard of these before, the SNPs, and the susceptibility of systemic lupus. Now in this study it was found that lupus patients did have disrupted sleep-wake cycles, and circadian gene expression profiles were altered in patients with lupus compared to healthy controls. Now we know that animal studies have also shown that circadian clock disruption accelerates the development of lupus-like autoimmunity and kidney disease, as that's associated with inflammation related back to the lupus as well. And in this research, it was found that circadian rhythms were associated with the occurrence of lupus nephritis. So this is when the immune system is mistakenly attacking the kidneys in lupus patients, and they definitely found this correlation with circadian rhythm disruption. So what can we do about this? Well, more importantly, here are my 7 tips for lupus, probably some things that you haven't heard before. And number 7 is really, really important, so stay tuned right till the end. Okay, tip number 1 is to make sure that you're following Mother Nature's prescription. Well, what does this mean? This means getting out into nature and getting some natural sunlight exposure. We know that that natural sunlight is going to program all of your clock mechanisms. Remember, your circadian biology needs to be in sync. So what's going on inside with your clocks has to be in sync with nature, depending on the time of day, the season it is, the light and dark cycle of the day, but also the temperature differences in the day as well. That all needs to be in sync with your internal clocks to help to decrease that overall inflammation. Okay, number 2, part of Mother Nature's prescription is grounding. So yes, getting grounded. So getting your socks and shoes off, getting out onto the earth, and on a grounded surface, this is going to pull up the Earth's electrons, which are very anti-inflammatory. Making sure that you're putting your hands sometimes on the Earth as well. That will help to speed up those electrons coming in the upper part of your body as well. Okay, tip number 3 is to make sure that you're optimizing your diet, especially for DHA, which of course is the important omega-3 fatty acid, which is very anti-inflammatory and really does help with all of your cells functioning in terms of that electrical current going through your system as well. Very anti-inflammatory, but at the same time makes sure that your nervous system is on point. Okay, tip number 4 is to eat seasonal foods. And you can learn more about this. You can search online what is in season for you, where you're living right now, and what is available in terms of foods that are natural and not processed, of course. And it's something that you can learn more about in my latest book, In the Lost Medicine. Okay, number 5. Now, this is great research on curcumin, which of course is one of the main components of turmeric. Now, in this research, it was found that curcumin is a safe adjuvant therapy and helped to ameliorate the autoimmune activity and inflammation in lupus patients, which of course is very promising because we know that curcumin is a very powerful anti-inflammatory, antioxidant as well, painkiller as well, but it really is great to see that there is some research that's showing that it can be specifically helpful for lupus patients. So please check out that research. Okay, tip number 6 is to make sure you're getting enough fiber in your diet. We know that healthy microbiome, part of our assimilation of our food and our dumping of our wastes, is really important, that we're having those healthy bowel movements every day. Getting enough fiber in your diet, super, super important. Okay, and tip number 7, which I promised is something interesting, maybe that you've never thought about as it's related to autoimmunity, and lupus is that mind-body connection. So making sure that, we know with autoimmunity there could be an aspect in the mental, emotional sphere about self-attack and not being kind to yourself. So finding moments in the day for relaxation, deep breathing, meditation, just being kind to yourself. Positive self-talk can go a long way for any type of autoimmune condition, and especially lupus. Okay, I want you to learn more, so I do have other videos. This one especially is really a great one for you to take a look at. It's called Toxic Truth: What's Really Hiding in Your Turmeric Pills. You gotta be careful, not all turmerics are created equal. Check it out.